Welcome to Stages of the Game podcast. I'm your host, Griffey Knight.
I am Riley Olmstead.
And Thomas is, I don't know where.
That was your cue.
Yeah, that was your cue. All right, he messed up. All right, Yoda, what do you got for us?
Well, I think the geese population has been steadily decreasing for some time.
What?
Rams Chiefs.
That was a decent
You picked
game.
the Chiefs to win that game.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, how stupid are you?
Yeah, for real.
Remember when I was telling you you're stupid for that? And
How-
then
how dumb
said
do you
that I
feel?
wasn't?
I feel like I'm dressed in a Yoda costume, actually. So
Oh
pretty
shit,
stupid.
I just noticed.
Yeah, I mean these aren't my real hands.
Right.
I'm already sweaty. This is not gonna work for a whole thing.
Well, keep sweating, because it's where... That game was awesome.
We won.
Because, yeah,
I think the Chiefs would have won if it was in Kansas City.
I don't.
Firmly believe that.
I don't.
You can believe that all you want.
That went from a Mexico game that's like neutral zone to the Rams like, oh yeah, well, we'll graciously accept it in our stadium and we'll give the tickets away because they just wanted that to be a home game. I
Okay,
call
come on, man.
BS on that strategy.
They did some cool ass shit, and they did it for LA. They won for LA.
And a lot of
Yeah.
firefighters got in for free, so you're shitting on them when you say that.
Yeah.
You're literally taking a shit on firefighters. You heard it
First
here, folks.
responders.
Thomas fucking hates first responders.
Thomas hates first
them.
responders.
I'm gonna
I'm-
first respond my fist in your face if you don't stop talking about me like that.
I'm taking a knee for that.
Anyway, yeah,
So,
I
well-
thought that was probably one of the best games I've ever seen.
Yeah, in my entire
Easily.
life, like by far, it was so good.
like when we were watching it, there was like, it was like the crazy plays that would happen. You'll get like one of those in any game, but like every catch in that game, I was like, is that even like?
Yeah, up until the very end, it just kept getting better and better. And then I remember we were watching it and we're like, okay, well, Rams are winning this game. And then all of a sudden we'd be like, oh, okay, the Chiefs have it in the bag.
The
And then the
momentum
next time we're
swung
like,
back
what
and
the
forth.
fuck? Now the
Yeah.
Rams are gonna win.
I think my favorite catch was the Tyreek Hill, like on the end, like he was like on the sideline, and he somehow, I don't know, like remember he like caught it and like flipped around and like got both of his feet in.
Oh yeah.
That was like
That was insane.
that was cool. And then that Rams, the dude that tipped the pass and then caught it,
oh, the interception.
he like tipped it and then like went
Yeah.
under and caught it.
Wasn't
and
that a
then,
pick
ran
six?
It in. I think it was.
Yeah.
That was very impressive.
Yeah, it was like, I don't even know. It was such bad defense on both sides, but at the same time, it was such good defense because both sides got interceptions, fumble
The
recoveries.
Rams scored 21 points just from their defense.
Well,
But they
the
also
Chiefs
let up
didn't
a
get
shit
an
ton of points.
interception.
Yeah. What was that?
Chiefs, the Chiefs threw what, 3 or 4
Three,
picks?
and they had 2 fumbles.
Yeah.
So they had 5 turnovers.
Oh,
that's what killed them. I
Jared
think.
Goff didn't throw an interception?
No, he fumbled twice.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Jared Goff just had a
That
good
first
game.
half was brutal to watch for the Chiefs defense.
They weren't ready.
no,
But
it
they
was.
had to get going
how-
later.
Do you know how many penalties?
There were 21
21
in the whole game.
in the whole game, just from the
Yes.
Chiefs.
From the whole, no, both teams.
So pretty much the Chiefs, because I don't
It
even
got
think the
clean,
Rams had
but-
a single penalty in that first half.
I know Andy Reid was talking about the penalties after the game,
Oh,
but
it-
the one that I liked though was Tyreek Hill again when he like turned around and was like,
Did the peace sign?
the peace sign.
He can't do it. He only has 3 fingers.
I thought he flipped the guy off. I thought that would have been cooler, but that was like a total Randy Moss thing to do. There was more touchdowns in that game than the Bills had all year. There's 14 touchdowns, and the Bills have scored 13 this whole year.
Oh my gosh. That doesn't shock me.
And then there were 1,001 total yards of offense, and 827 of them were passing, which is actually kind of surprising because did you guys notice how shitty of a game Gurley had? Like, despite all of that.
They were not utilizing him at all. It was so weird.
Can we talk about Sean McVay's clock management at the end of the game?
Oh, man.
If they
Any one of
lost
us could have had better clock management if we were coaching.
You just give it to Gurley 3 times. That's all you have to do. You don't even have to get a first down. They threw like 3 incomplete passes. That was the dumbest shit.
Almost a pick. One of them.
Yeah. Like, that's when he should have been like, okay, let's stop throwing. Like, we almost just lost this game, like, again.
Well, he should have stopped throwing when there was a minute 30 left.
Yeah, but, I mean, after throwing a pick, it's like...
You have the best running back in the league right now.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And you just need to give it to him 3 times. It's not even a question of... They almost could have kneeled it, right? They were, like, almost there.
Yeah, why would you not...
If they lost the game, that's all they'd be talking about is Sean McVay, his poor clock management, because that was so lucky. Dumb. I remember as soon as it was done, I was like, you just gave Patrick Mahomes 4 more chances at like a Hail Mary, and the way that game had been going, it was like he's probably gonna score, right. But he just made mistakes at the end. But yeah, that was really weird and inexplicable.
I mean. You can't. They were really expecting run, but why were you doing play action bootlegs over anything? Those are the plays that take the longest to progress, where the blocking is most difficult. When you're running the play action bootleg, you're bootlegging Jared Goff out. Why are you even doing that? Just if you're gonna pass the ball, just do a quick pass. The corners weren't expecting it. You saw how late they were stepping.
Yeah. I think they tried to do that, and that was the one that was almost picked.
Yeah,
it seemed to me like the whole game was like Andy Reid and Sean McVay trying to outsmart each other, and then at the end when
risk
it was
after
like
risk.
Yeah, they were he was still kind of trying to like flex a little bit and be like, oh, we've got this play, and I think they should have just settled with running it. But I also read that after the game, Gurley was dealing with like some sort of ankle injury, I think. So I don't know but he was still in the game, so it doesn't explain why they wouldn't have given him the ball. It was just super weird, but it's good that they won because that would be the story of the game, like why they gave the ball back.
Right, even if you have a second string in there running the ball, you're still I mean, they got timeouts, but you're not
they needed one
stopping
first
the clock
down
as early. You're shaving off seconds, and if you do get the first down...
They took 28 seconds, and they did exactly what Kansas City wanted. It just... Yeah, I really have... I didn't see an explanation on it after the game, but I would be curious to know, like, what his thought process was, because I don't see it at all.
Yeah, I want to know.
But, yeah, that just... Overall, that game, dude, that was, like...
Yeah, you can't let that poor coaching in, a minute left of the game...
It's because the whole game was so amazing that moment was like, what?
It was a standout.
Yeah, I actually give credit to both those teams because that was just...
They're both really good teams, and just because Patrick Mahomes threw, a pair of picks...
It's not really that bad either. He's throwing Hail Marys. You're going to...
Yeah, some of those were not his fault.
It's not a high percentage play.
Right.
You got to throw into, like, some coverage.
He's not a bad
Yeah, it's only going to get brought up if
No,
it's Ryan
but he
Fitzpatrick.
is Brett Favre. He is that type of player. I think he's going to probably throw a lot of picks sometimes. But he's just so exciting that I don't even really give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jared Goff had one hell of a game. Really,
they both did.
I think Jared Goff. Nothing against Patrick Mahomes, but I think Jared Goff really proved that he is a top tier quarterback in the league right now. I mean, yeah, his yards prove it. I pulled it up. He has the second most yards in the NFL. Whoop-de-doo. But, I thought that game, him versus Patrick Mahomes, I think that should have put him in the MVP candidacy, even though his team is good and Todd Gurley is good. But, I mean, if you look at the stats, Todd Gurley's only ahead of Ezekiel Elliott by less than 100 yards, and he's only ahead of Kareem Hunt by 150. That's not that impressive. I mean, he has
It's-
1,000 yards right now.
It's his involvement in the offense, though. I think if you want to talk about MVP, my votes would be Todd Gurley or Drew Brees.
Yeah,
I think it has to go.
you
got
to
Drew
look at
Brees.
his production for the team and how many he's scoring touchdowns after touchdowns. Todd Gurley is,
Yeah,
and I mean,
Okay,
the
but
offense
I don't-
literally
but when your
runs
offense-
through him.
if your offense gets you to the 20-yard line, it's not that hard to power it in there.
but he
Mo-
is also contributing to getting them there, and
Yeah, he breaks a lot of tackles.
his
Okay.
rushing yard, the fact that he even has more than Ezekiel
So
Elliott
you're telling me
is
that
impressive to me
Brandon
because-
Ingram and Alvin Kamara don't do that when they do those little halfback dump passes?
I'm not saying that.
Yeah. So why would Drew Brees be in the category then when it's mainly the running backs doing swing passes and everything? Why would Drew Brees be in that conversation?
Why would Drew
because-
Brees be in the MVP conversation? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Because, well, I think he hasn't won it ever, has he?
No.
It would
So
almost be
it's
like
a charity?
No,
It's not a charity.
You know, like when Leonardo DiCaprio won the Oscar for The Revenant, I don't think that was his best performance, but I think at that point, the Oscar people were like, come on, like, what does this guy have to do? He got naked multiple times. He got mauled by a bear. He ate raw fish. He, like, all this shit, and they're like, yeah.
So
let's
you're
just
pretty
give him
much
an
saying
Oscar.
but
Look at
the thing is you got to earn an MVP, most valuable player.
You don't think Drew Brees hasn't earned it?
Not this season.
He's the quarterback of the best team, arguably, in the NFL.
Not this season. It's
I don't think Michael Thomas
best
has,
best team.
Yeah.
But you take Drew Brees out of the equation, you can still make some of the passes, most of the passes that he's making.
His completion, what is his completion percentage? It's
like
like 70.
75%. Right
Yeah. He
But
threw,
but look at the games, and he's literally passing it to his running back to the side. I can make that pass.
yeah, that's actually fair. But I mean,
Or
they,
short
what-
passes.
They have more,
It's more of a. I mean, nothing against Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's a great quarterback, but he had 2 seasons where he's pretty much doing the same thing Drew Brees did, and he didn't win an MVP. That's all I'm saying.
but
I
he
don't
did win it
think-
twice, and Brees has never won it.
But it's not a charity. This is the NFL. This isn't no politics thing. It doesn't go to just some person just because he's had great seasons
Are you
in the
saying
past.
the NFL is not political?
Is that our catchphrase?
No,
This ain't
just-
no politics
just-
thing. Stages of the game.
Just hear me out. Hear me out. I love Drew Brees. I think he is a great quarterback, but I don't think what he's doing is so great that he deserves the MVP.
So you think Todd Gurley deserves the MVP?
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
No, I actually agree with that.
Yeah,
I'm,
I agree
I'm in
with
that
that as
same
well.
boat.
Yeah.
But I don't
But-
think Drew Brees should even be in the conversation. Yes, his team is great, but his team is great, and he's a great quarterback throughout the years. But I don't think he should even be in the MVP conversation because he's not. The only stat that you guys have thrown out is his completion percentage. But if you
No,
watch
they
his
have more.
games,
The Saints this year have more. What is it? They've tied the record for most 40-point games in a season, and it's like week 11. They have 6 of them.
Dandy.
And I was looking at the list of teams that have done that, and it's like I think it's the top 4 team, like most 40-point games in a season. Peyton Manning's on there once. Tom Brady's on there once. Drew Brees is on there twice. This season isn't even over.
But you can't say if you take Drew Brees out of the situation that goes away. It doesn't. Not with the passes he's making.
Let me tell you. Drew Brees has already 2,964 yards, 25 touchdowns, only 1 interception. His passer rating is 126.
He has one
Patrick
interception.
Mahomes has 3,628 yards. Jared Goff has 3,547 yards. Matt Ryan, who's on a awful team, has 3,306
How many
yards.
touchdowns do they have?
Ben Roethlisberger has 3,202 yards.
Okay, but 25-1 touchdown to interception ratio, that
you
is the
can't-
best ever.
But
at
he's
this point in
throwing
time.
dumps. They're easy passes.
No, he also has Michael Thomas. He is
To
not
get
just
25
Bro, I've watched-
I
touchdowns,
disagree with that.
Okay.
to get 25
You disagree-
touchdowns, you've got to throw some like look at how many touchdowns does Michael Thomas have? You should try and see how many
Michael-
of his touchdowns have been to wide receivers, or if you just look at what's his name, Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara's
You can still
touchdowns.
run screen passes, jet
Subtract
sweeps.
that.
Bro, I've watched most of their games. I see the passes he's making. I'm not saying every pass. I'm saying most of his passes are swing passes, screen passes, or little dumps to whoever's running a slant. They're not that hard of passes. He just played the Eagles. I watched that whole game. I would say about 80% of them were dumps.
Oh, I understand.
No, this isn't just because he beat the Eagles, bro. I've watched a lot of his fucking Saints games, and honestly, the Eagles just aren't there. Like, we're not going anywhere. We're probably going to get third in our division. It is what it is. I've given up on the season, but I've watched most Saints games, dude, and that is exactly what's happening. I don't think Drew Brees should be in the consideration of MVP. Yeah, he's having a great season. But a lot of people, Tom Brady's had so many great seasons and not won an MVP. Yeah, he's won it in the past. But it's not about who's done great throughout their career. It's about who's having. Patrick Mahomes deserves it before Drew Brees. Jared Goff deserves it before Drew Brees.
Throwing it to your running backs is a fault because you're making smart passes. One interception is insane at this point already.
25-1 in week 11.
Crazy. You're making smart passes. You're not fucking dumping the. I mean, yeah, he's dumping the ball to his running backs.
I didn't even know that. That actually kind of blows my mind. Like, he could finish the season with like. That's the best ratio ever. Because I think Aaron Rodgers. No, Tom Brady. I think he had like 25 touchdowns to like 4 interceptions. But if he keeps playing like this without throwing picks, he's gonna blow that out of the water.
So he has 25 touchdowns. 8 of those are to Michael Thomas alone. So
and he spreads the ball around.
Yeah, he's not just dumping it to running backs.
That's a third of his touchdowns to Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
Basically.
How many touchdowns does Kamara and Ingram have?
Receiving.
I was trying to look that up, but
anyway, all right. So, who's your MVP pick?
I don't know. I think I got Todd Gurley just because I think they wouldn't be doing as good as they are without him. Their offense really flows through him.
What about you, Riley?
Todd Gurley.
Mine's Aaron Donald or Todd Gurley.
Aaron Donald.
Alvin Kamara only has 4 receiving touchdowns.
Aaron Donald has 14.5 sacks.
Yeah, he's leading the NFL, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a stud.
And when you have 14.5 sacks and you're pressuring the quarterback more than what your stats prove, it's gonna cause picks. And I think that's why the Rams defense has been playing a little bit better than they were at the beginning of the season. And he's really picked up his game. So I'm either picking him or Todd Gurley.
I don't think I'll ever see the day. Like, nobody wants to pick a defensive player for MVP.
Yeah. No, I mean, but
it's always a quarterback. I'm pretty sure it literally is always a quarterback, which sucks. But I think it'll be Drew Brees. I think they'll pick him, but I think it should be Todd Gurley.
Yeah,
but I can see why they would pick Drew Brees. I can see that justification.
Alex Smith is gone forever.
Dead. He's
probably
dead,
will never come back.
Yeah, on the anniversary of Joe Theismann's injury, and then what was it, Riley, on the same yard line?
40-yard line.
On the 40-yard line.
Yeah,
that's fucking weird.
His tibia and fibia are both done. So,
yeah.
Good luck.
Who do they have? Mark Sanchez? Is he
Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy.
Or Mark Sanchez, but probably Colt McCoy.
Yikes! Yeah, they're done.
And they were leading the division. Everybody was saying, "Oh, they're so good. They're gonna win the division this year." Nope. Good. Happy birthday, Cowboys!
I just found a stat for you.
All right.
So Drew Brees has 25 passing touchdowns. Out of those, 20 are receiving, from wide receivers.
Okay, so
Alvin Kamara has 4. Mark Ingram has 1.
So go back, watch their game film, and look at all the screen passes they run. I'm off that subject. Okay, Drew Brees is the greatest quarterback in the league right now.
Well, I don't get why you are. That's literally a statistic.
Yeah, no, that's a statistic, bro. But
you can't just deny that just because he's throwing screen passes.
Bro. All I'm saying is, if you're gonna win MVP, you should be able to do something that other quarterbacks aren't doing this season. That's all I'm saying. That's
Not
all
throwing-
I'm saying. And
Not throwing bad passes. Is
Nick
one of
Foles
them.
could do it. Nick Foles could do it. Carson Wentz did it last season.
Okay.
Okay.
Carson Wentz was gonna win the MVP until
Carson
he got
Wentz.
injured. He was literally number 1 in the MVP race.
Yeah.
Up until he got injured.
It is what it is. And honestly, I don't think Carson Wentz deserved the MVP last season.
Bear in mind, this is the guy that thinks that Michael Vick is a top 5 quarterback. Ladies and gentlemen.
Top 5 skilled quarterback. And then never said he was a top 5 quarterback. I said top 5
I
in
thought you said
skill
top
category. No, I listened to it. Or no, actually, I didn't listen to it. But I remember what I said. I said top 5 skilled.
Okay.
He could do
Dogfighting
everything.
quarterbacks, number 1. I don't even think he's
number
got
2.
competition.
Number 2.
Who's number 1?
Probably me.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were into
Yeah,
football
bro.
and dogfighting. That's a niche thing to be into, but
Yeah, I play BYF every Saturday and Sunday. So,
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Oh,
They announced the potential inductees, and the biggest names I took away from it were Tony Gonzalez, Jimmy Johnson, Ed Reed, and Hines Ward. I think those guys are all. I think they all should be first ballot for sure. Jimmy Johnson, just because he's like an amazing coach. Ed Reed is like one of the best safeties I've ever seen.
I didn't know
outside of-
Jimmy Johnson wasn't already.
Yeah,
in that.
I don't know because you have to be retired 5 years, and I think this is the first time he's eligible. So I don't.
Really?
I have no idea. Maybe he was commentating, or I have no idea. But I mean, yeah, I thought he was in already. But I was like, well, yeah, he's first ballot. And then Tony Gonzalez,
Right.
before Gronk, was the best tight end probably of all time.
no, I thought Aaron Hernandez was.
R.I.P. Aaron Hernandez. Yeah, and then Hines Ward, just because I think he was really good. He was like the best blocking wide receiver I've ever seen, and I never saw him without a smile on his face, even when he was like blocking and hitting people. So those are the big names that I took away from it. I didn't. I think Alan Faneca, Steve Hutchinson. There were some linemen, but just the big names that stuck out to me were those 4. And yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah. I forgot to talk about
Oh,
the stupidity of Tyreek Hill
This-
in that game.
Are you talking about when he did the peace sign?
No, the punt or the
Oh God,
kick and
yeah.
punt returns.
Actually,
The-
those
on
two
the
returns.
4-yard line,
Yeah,
and
What
he
was he
takes it back
thinking?
into the end zone and then
I
tries
don't know
to
why I
run
forgot
out.
about that. Yeah,
what was he
that
thinking? That was
Big
that
play,
was-
big play, big play.
That was dumb.
Literally,
Like,
yeah. I think he was just trying to pad his stats or
he needs to
break
be.
a big play. But yeah, that was so dumb.
I would, if I was the coach, I would literally bench him from returning the ball for a game.
That he threw away like 15 yards for like both of those plays. Like you don't do that. You don't return the ball. And there were dudes right in front of him. Like he almost got tackled in the end zone. I
Yeah.
was like, if this is a safety, like
You're a fucking
what did he
idiot.
do? Yeah. That was so dumb. But yeah, I forgot about that.
That
That game was there's just so many events that happened in the game. There was not a
Yeah.
dull moment.
It's hard to get
I
through
read
all.
that Las Vegas lost 7 figures because the over under was 64, and it ended up being like 105, I think.
Yeah,
So like if you bet over on that game, like you probably won.
that's crazy.
Yeah, really weird.
Also, this week in particular, there were so many interceptions. Did you guys notice that?
Like the week in general, or just
Yeah,
that
just
game?
the week in general. I mean,
Dude.
Big Ben threw like 3.
Yeah.
Magic threw, I think 4.
Yeah. I don't even-
Mahomes had a couple.
I don't even
He had
want to
2.
talk about. I don't
Wentz.
even,
How many did
I don't
Wentz
even, yeah, I
have?
don't even want to talk about
He had,
Wentz right
he
now.
had quite a few.
4,
Yeah.
I think.
4,
Ooh.
yeah. I
He
mean,
had like almost
It
no
was
points
probably
in fantasy.
one of the no. He had like .23 in one of
Yeah.
my leagues, but
yeah, he was awful. He went the bed.
I'm looking that stat up right now because I have him in fantasy, so it's automatically gonna pull.
I
up.
saw in our league it was .64.
Did you started him this week?
Yeah, it was either him.
Should have
or-
Wentz on your bench. Should. Fuck.
Okay, this is your last episode.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about nothing, bud.
Oh, he had 3 interceptions.
He had
He had 156 passing yards.
and no touchdowns.
And
I love
no
how you have a
touchdowns.
computer right there and you're on your phone.
Yeah.
Well, I
researching.
have him in fantasy, and I'm trying to,
Oh,
and I'm
right,
looking
right,
at this. Another argument for Todd Gurley is he has 17 touchdowns right now. And he has 3 2-point conversions.
Yeah, right now. Like, I think the last guy to get like 20. Is it rushing or all-purpose?
All purpose.
Okay.
Rushing
number-
is 13.
That's still a
with
shit
4
ton.
receptions.
Not as good as my Madden player, but
That game felt like a Madden game. Like, that's like a Madden game score.
Yeah.
Like 50 to
especially
50.
the picks at the end.
Yeah, and they
That
were
shit
all
would
big
happen to me.
plays.
Yeah,
It literally, it did actually feel like a Madden game.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't say enough good things about that game. That is like that's what football should be. Like if every football game was like that, I would only watch football. I would be
Yeah.
in Nirvana all the time.
Yeah. And you know what I love about like the Rams and the Chiefs? Well, especially the Rams, like everybody for once is in agreement of whether or not we like Todd Gurley and Jared Goff and stuff. It's not like Tom Brady or anything where everybody just fucking shits on him even when he's doing really good. It's like Todd Gurley's doing awesome, and everyone's like, yeah, no, he's just fucking MVP.
Yeah, you can't argue with that. And if it comes down to like people's votes, I think Todd Gurley has it.
I agree. Especially
Yeah.
being in
I think
Los
they'll
Angeles,
pick Breeze though, just because
How-
people always pick a quarterback, and it's
Yeah, but they shouldn't. I mean, honestly, it's either Todd Gurley or Todd Gurley is really the only one I have. I mean, you could argue Tyreek Hill, but
Did you? I hate to cut you
Saquon
off. Did you see
Barkley?
what Belichick's? Yeah, actually, but he would be rookie of the year.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely got that locked
Yeah, he's got
down
that.
for sure.
Him or Philip Lindsay as well.
Yeah, it's gotta be Barkley.
Yeah, because those are like the 2 front runners. It seems like
Yeah,
Calvin Ridley
Um,
was up there for a while.
yeah,
Until
he was
week
killing
5.
it, and then
Week
disappeared.
5, he just dumped off the face of the earth.
Did you
It's so
see
weird.
what Bill Belichick said about that Chiefs Rams game? They asked him if he watched it, and he's like, "Yeah, I watched a little bit of it." And they were like, "What do you think about it?" And he's like, "I feel like we're playing the Jets." Like,
that is the most Bill Belichick thing ever, and I fucking love that.
what sucks though is there's amazing
I
like
love it.
there's amazing football happening, and like he's just so like, does he feel happiness when he wins the Super Bowl, or is he just like?
That's the only
actually-
time he ever smiles.
No, I bet when they
No,
win the Super Bowl, he's like,
I've only
"Oh,
seen him
next
smile
year."
when he won the Super Bowl once. I was
Right.
literally just about to say
Well,
that.
his
Like,
smile looks
I've
painful.
never,
He's like,
I've never seen him smile like one Super Bowl. I've seen him smile. Most of the time when they win, he's like just sitting there.
Watch the video of when Russell Wilson throws that pick in the end zone in Super Bowl 49. Bill Belichick lights the fuck up, and it's the best moment.
Dude, I bet like every Gatorade bath he's ever had, all the players involved were never seen again. I feel like he doesn't like Gatorade
You're
baths.
fine.
Like every time you see him get a Gatorade bath, he acts like a good sport
He
about
just
it, kind
kills
of.
them.
But it's like, you
I will
guys are
end your
done.
fucking career.
Yeah, we should do like there should be like a documentary, like finding all the people that have ever gave him a Gatorade bath, like trying to find them.
He's just Clinton
It-
fucking
It's like finding
Yeah.
Clinton
Bigfoot.
organization
And it,
murdering people.
that'd be so cool.
I wanted to talk about one more thing before we went to pick him.
Yeah, we gotta blast through those.
Oh, Baker Mayfield. I want to talk about him.
I'm liking it. I'm liking what I see.
Dude, like I said, 70-yard pass during warm-ups. That guy's an animal. That guy
When I
is-
was picking the games for next week, I was like looking at the Browns and Bengals, and I was like, I'm gonna go for the upset. I'm gonna pick the Browns. But the more I thought about it, the more I was like, this isn't an upset. This is like the Browns, for the first time, might be like favored to win, like generally. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, like 50% of games. Like,
Dude, yeah,
They're above the shitty teams now. They're not down there with the Raiders and like
the Giants.
and
Yeah.
if you look at
the Cardinals,
the
Bills.
Browns this year, as opposed like As far as the sidelines go and stuff, they are so much happier.
I
than
know,
last season.
they have, like, a spark.
It's noticeably,
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
So awesome.
Did you see Baker Mayfield being mic'd up?
That's
that
what I
was
was just about to
probably
talk
one
about.
of the funniest things
He's
I've ever
confident
seen.
as fuck.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he doesn't give a shit.
I didn't watch. I
The
watched
coach
Belichick one.
sent him out there for the kneel, and he was like, "Really, you're gonna hurt my rushing yards?"
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, no, he's like super confident in like he just plays with this swagger, and I just like it.
Another
like it.
mic'd up
I
that
like
was
him a
really good
lot.
was Saquon Barkley. Did you guys see that?
Hmm.
That guy, it's sad that he is the team leader. Like he
As
is
a
a fucking rookie.
It
and
seems like
he
Eli
is
gave
leading that
up
team.
on trying to lead that team. It seems
Eli
like
was just-
Odell has given
yeah.
up on trying to lead that team.
And Saquon is like lighting the fire with them. He's like,
Dude, if
no
they
reason
get-
to have your guys' head down. It's just one play. Like, let's get it in the next play.
If they get a good young quarterback in there, the
Right.
sky is the limit for that team. With Odell Beckham and Saquon Barkley, like
Odell's
that's
a
some
great
crazy
wide
shit.
receiver, but in my opinion, he is a terrible leader because he
I
just
don't
gave
think
up.
he is a leader. He's like Terrell Owens.
Yeah.
He's not.
He just gave up. Like, it's Saquon Barkley and what was that D lineman? There was a D lineman that was also in the mic'd up. Like he didn't have a microphone on him. But he was like, yeah.
I don't remember.
Like I don't know, dude. It's just it's ridiculous that you have a rookie leading a team when you have a Manning on your team.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely the worst Manning.
Yeah, not even the
I
one
mean,
that didn't
he's
make
beat
the
Tom
NFL.
Brady
like-
twice, but like I think that had more to do with the team.
Yeah. So did Nick
Yeah.
Foles. So
Yeah.
Brady loses to shitty quarterbacks.
after Nick Foles beat Brady in the Super Bowl, I was like, okay, well, this takes away from Eli Manning's
yeah.
performance because
because it's like okay,
obviously anybody can fucking do it.
yeah,
But yeah, no, I really like Baker. I
no,
think
he's great. Did you guys pick the Browns for that game?
yeah, I picked
sure did.
Cleveland.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can we make that the
I
game of
felt
the week?
confident. I think game of the week's got to be all the Thanksgiving ones. 'cause
No,
if
those
we're
are all
gonna-
worth 2 points because they're primetime games because they're on
Yeah, I don't
Thanksgiving.
know.
Yeah, but if we're gonna have more primetime games, that's more points. We could just do that because I don't think. I mean, the closest one. There's Seahawks Panthers, I guess,
I like the Browns Bengals game actually.
as game of the week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I really do.
But we all picked the same. We all picked the Browns, so it
Oh
wouldn't
yeah,
matter.
true.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
true,
why I'm
true,
saying if we
true,
pick
true.
Thanksgiving games, and they're all worth more points,
Packers Vikings too.
that's actually a good one. Who do you have in that?
I have the Vikings.
I have the Vikings too.
I have the Vikings.
Great.
I don't root for Aaron Rodgers
Okay, you know what
right
we should
now.
do? Let's pick the one that we have a divisive opinion about. Like one that like we didn't all pick the same.
All right, Bears Lions. I got the Bears.
Yeah.
Bears. The Bears.
Dubbers.
Redskins Cowboys. I got Cowboys.
I got Cowboys.
I have Cowboys.
Falcons Saints. Saints.
I have Saints.
Yes.
It's hard not to pick them right now.
Okay, so it doesn't even
Giants
matter.
Eagles. I got the Giants.
I have the
Ah.
Giants.
I want to. I got the Eagles. I think they can bounce back better.
Yeah. Jaguars Bills. I
don't
got the
feel good about that.
Jaguars.
Yeah, Jaguars.
Jags all the way.
Seahawks
Defense.
Panthers. I got the Panthers.
I got Seahawks.
I got Seahawks as well. Yeah.
Interesting. Raiders Ravens. I got the Ravens.
I got the Ravens. Yeah.
Yeah, I got Ravens.
Can't trust the Raiders.
49ers Buccaneers. I got the 49ers.
yeah.
Damn it! I had the 49ers. This is the one I was like, oh, I'm gonna say 49ers, and they're gonna be like, what?
No, I'm not
Fitzmagic's on
picking
the bench.
Bucks, dude.
I'm
No
not
way.
picking. I'm not picking
Whoever their
the. I'm
quarterback
not
is.
picking the Bucks
Winston.
if Winston is the quarterback.
Whoever's
he
the
is.
quarterback is gonna throw picks.
They're saying
It's-
Winston's gonna start.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
so-
that. I don't want nothing to do with that.
Browns Bengals. I got Cleveland.
Browns.
Yeah, absolutely.
Patriots Jets. I got the Pats.
Yep.
Yep.
Chargers Cardinals. I got the Cardinals. I'm kidding. I
I
got
was
the
like,
Chargers.
what?
I was so confused.
I got the Chargers.
Yeah, I got Chargers.
Fuck you, Philip Rivers. So everybody got the Chargers.
Yeah.
Steelers Broncos. That was a tough one for me. I picked the Steelers in the end.
You're gonna pick the Broncos.
I'm picking the Broncos. Yeah.
He's like, I got the colors on. I'm picking
I'm
them.
down- I'm down
Fucking
for-
destroy the Steelers.
I'm actually down for that to be the game of the week too.
Me as well. I didn't want to say it because it's the Broncos. You know, I didn't want you to be like, oh, you're just saying that because it's the Broncos.
Well, that's why I'm saying it
So,
because it's the Steelers.
Steelers Broncos. Game of the week.
yeah,
because
let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that. I fuck with that. So that'll be 3 points.
Yeah. No, god damn it.
You
I don't
just
want that to
agreed
be.
to it.
I don't want that to be the game of the week.
Don't you guys
anymore.
have the same pick so far? Other than that,
Uh,
I'm the only
I've
one that
got the
has
Eagles.
difference. I got the
Yeah, I got the
Panthers
Giants.
and I got the 49ers. I
I've
mean,
Are
got
the
the
Giants
and I
Eagles
got the
playing on Thanksgiving?
no.
no,
Are they a primetime game at least?
no.
Then I'm fucked.
Steeler. Okay, so we'll come back to that. Dolphins, Colts. I got it. Colts.
Colts,
Packers, Vikings.
Vikings,
Vikings. And then
Titans, Texans.
Yeah.
Titans, Texans. I got Texans.
Yeah, I got Texans.
There's not a lot of like these games aren't close. It's all teams that are, I think, kind of obviously better
Yeah.
and more well-rounded than the other team.
You know what? I
don't know,
I like
bro.
the Broncos' chances against the Steelers the more I think about it because the Steelers always seem to find a way to fucking lose to terrible teams. So
We played down to whoever we're playing. So
For
if we're
sure.
playing a good team,
Okay, I got one question for you guys. How do you think the Panthers are gonna lose to the Seahawks?
the Panthers just lost to the Lions.
Yeah,
And-
Lions aren't that bad.
Yeah, they are.
yeah, they are. I
Yeah, as soon as I said that, he's like,
I was like,
"You got
no.
point."
You ca- yeah.
Also, I really like the Seahawks team. Like, if the Rams were
They're
not in
running
their
good.
division, they would be fucking top of their division.
yeah.
and last time I
easily.
changed my pick to the Seahawks, it ended up benefiting me.
I feel so bad for the Seahawks, actually. They're not having a bad season. It's just the Rams are having a ridiculously great season. And they're also in the same division as the Cardinals and 49ers.
All right, I'm changing my thing to
Yeah.
the Seahawks, and I gotta root for the Eagles. I can't root for the Giants. That's gonna.
the thing, dude.
I can't do that.
I almost that game. That was the toughest one for me because if I had to pick an upset, I would say Giants over Eagles. But
Yeah. With the Eagles secondary being completely injured, I like the Giants' chances with
Yeah,
with Saquon
actually-
Barkley
I don't
and
know.
with
I kind
I'm
of
going.
like
No,
the.
I'm going to
Beckham.
Giants. Nobody changed my mind again.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go with the Dolphins over the
gotta-
Colts.
I gotta shut my fucking mouth because if I didn't say anything about the Seahawks last week, you both would have lost that,
Yeah.
and I would have been right. And can we also acknowledge that I won Pick'ems? I mean, we know that Thomas lost, but I won, so I just wanted to throw that out there. That's 2 weeks in a row. So.
See, I'm sitting here. I'm wearing Yoda costume.
I'm
don't
not thinking he really
I don't
lost.
feel like I lost.
Yeah.
I feel like I won.
I feel like you
No.
look ridiculous.
I feel like you should shut the fuck up.
Oh, dude, this week kind of sucks for games.
Yeah. No, you have to keep them on. That was the bet. That was the bet. That was the bet.
No.
I can't put it back on. My hand is too sweaty. It won't go back on. Here,
that-
you put it on.
Is that a Pokeball?
No, this is the thing that Luke
This
fights.
is a thermal detonator.
Oh shit!
I
It's a
was
thermal
kidding.
detonator.
Oh my god.
I thought it was the thing that Luke like fights.
No.
Here, you put it on, cause I can't get it.
Dude, those are
Oh,
pretty
not on
sweaty.
me? Oh.
Feel my fucking clammy
Yeah,
ass
bro,
hand.
no, I don't even want to stick my hand in there.
That's
Just
a,
let him have it
I
off.
wore those for Halloween one year. and it was- in Florida.
Yeah, in Disney World.
In Disney World.
In
it was
Disney World.
disgusting.
It's so sweaty. It smells like a factory where they
I
make
never
iPhones.
washed that costume, so you're sitting in stank, my friend. Little stank up in there.
Yeah.
It smells like the first Outcast album in here, cause it's
Stank.
so
up.
stanky.
I don't-
Damn, I really don't know if I should pick the Giants or the Eagles.
I
I
don't
want to
give a
stick with
fuck.
my OG pick.
I'm starting to feel confident about the Giants because
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with the Eagles. I need to have
you-
something
and
different
that
than you
division
guys.
is so wild. Like that almost makes more sense that it would be the Giants. But yeah.